and welcome back to the Business Spotlight. I'm Patrick Dewar. Today we're talking with Mark Roden. Mark is he's an expert on Obamacare as well as insurance in general. He's been practicing for over 20 years, and he's been the ELP for
Dave Ramsey.
Which ELP means
Endorse Local Provider.
And that means you're one of the good guys.
Yes.
And there's only a few of us left.
That's true.
One of the things that I want people to be able to do, we forgot to do it last time, I want to do it one of the first things. You have information on Obamacare to keep people informed.
Yes, it's one of the reasons you're not seeing a lot of experts out there is because it's hard to become an expert when the target's moving. So I think the most important thing we can do is get connected. So we have the technology to help connect us. Just text the word E or the letters ELP to 58885 and we're automatically connected. We'll send you good information, and for any reason you want to opt out, you can do that. We're not going to spam you or do anything like that. But
basically, it's to keep them informed, isn't it?
That's right, because there's still law. The law's been written, but there's Federal Register and other things that are being laid down by the Department of Health and Human Services daily.
Right. Well, I mean, you know, I've heard it described as that it has more bugs than an ant farm. So, I mean, they got a lot of kinks to work out, right? But we do know it's a freight train that's still coming.
Right.
Creaking or whatever, it's still coming.
That's right.
And starting October, what is it?
Well, in Texas, well, all over the United States, October 1st is open enrollment. The first open enrollment will go all the way to December 15th. So think of it like a corporate open enrollment. That's when you can join the plan. So the effective date for the first open enrollment will be January 1st, 2014. Regardless of your health status, you could be pregnant, doesn't matter. You can join the plans that will be available. There'll be Blue Cross, Humana, United Health. They'll have a logo of an insurance carrier, but in order to participate in the health exchange, that carrier has to meet the standards set by the federal government. And then we'll have a second enrollment all the way through March 31st. And basically, if you enroll before the 15th, then your start date would be the first of the following month. So this first year, we're going to have a very extended open enrollment period, if you will.
And one of the things that we're not trying to do is be very non-PC. We're actually just saying, look, it's coming, whether you like it or not, whether you want it or not, it's heading our direction. And to get ready and to get informed, correct?
That's right. I wear this button around town on occasion, and you would be surprised what kind of reaction I get, or just using the word Obamacare. What I would like to challenge people to do is get over talking about donkeys and elephants. Let's talk about you and your family. It doesn't matter what you agree or disagree. It's the law. It's coming. How can we help you take advantage, if you will, of the law? There's good, there's bad, and there's unintended consequences.
Now, you say good, bad, and unintended consequences. What do you think is some of the good? What do you think is some of the bad? And what is unintended?
Well, the frustrating part of my job is when I try to help somebody and maybe they're currently pregnant. Well, even the father cannot be insured if you're currently pregnant. Because the big risk is if something happens when that baby's born, by the law, it has to come on either the mom or the dad's plan. So it's good that we can cover everyone. I have no problem with that, but there's a cost associated with it. And I think when we look at some of these subsidies and the projected premiums, then that's going to be the surprise.
Okay. So unintended consequences, what do you consider unintended consequences?
Well, I think the biggest, if I had to narrow it down to one, would be, you know, the mandates require that employers have to provide health insurance for those employers that have 50 or more employees. Some people are mixing it with a little part-time, you know, 100 part-time, 50 full-time, whatever. If I'm an employer and maybe I'm we'll take our agency for instance, 17 employees, and I've been providing health insurance all these years, and all I've heard is, oh, my deductible went up, oh, my copay. There's probably going to be a lack of incentive for the under 50 employer market to provide health insurance. So those, if you work for a smaller employer, you're probably going to become a part of the health insurance exchange fairly soon.
Now, okay, what I just heard is that if you have less than employees, it becomes optional to insure them.
Right.
And they may very well go, well, we're paying so much to the IRS, KGB, whatever they call those people. Right. We now are going to off-ramp that expense back to the personal. And
right.
Is that what you just said? Is that
right,
they basically can get dismissed?
Because they've had group insurance because there's one or two. Joe in accounting had a heart attack a few years ago. He can't go out in the individual market and get insurance. Well, now Joe can. Joe can go to healthcare.gov or markroden.com, whatever, and buy insurance, and it's guaranteed. He will not be rejected. So that's going to be an unintended consequence that these small employers are going to say, why should I do this? And we have a great solution. We could show that small employer a health reimbursement arrangement, an HRA, so they can give their employee an allowance. They didn't provide group coverage, it's an allowance, and now they can go to the exchange, get coverage, and also participate with the subsidies.
Awesome. Well, you want to be here for the next few, because we're going to show you what you need to do. This is Pat Dewar, Business Spotlight. We'll be right back.
You can become a published author. Discover a system that will lead you from idea to having your book on the bookshelves. Bob Baer pulls back the curtain at the More Power to Publish workshop. Watch and learn how to follow the step-by-step plan to turn your idea into a published book. Learn more at morepowertopublish.com.